You awaken dazed and confused. The only thing you realize is that your ship has crashed on a seemingly deserted island. Perhaps it would be wise to look around for a note, or perhaps something of guidance.
You are reading this. You made it alive to the island. Congratulations. Head towards the gate inside the cave. You cannot possibly miss it. If you see it activate, then our contract still stands. Beware. It is not safe around here. The weather around here is unforgiving, and outlaws are constantly looking for more shards, and could be around now that we're gone. You will find the crystal core we promised you next to the monolith. It should react to you when you place it in one of the receptacles. The locals built a shelter around it. Use it as you wish, but do remember about our deal. The trust we put in your abilities needs to bear its fruits too. Do not underestimate the Dalgarian Preservation Society, RV.
Shards mean money. This entire offensive will pay the boss good money for those things, and that means we get paid too, you morons. Get yourselves to that island and see if the rumors about a crystal deposit are true. Listen up. Any crystal shards found must be reported. There's no rule of finder anymore. Those who attempt to steal will find their heads stuck on a pike. We will find you.
Makes me melancholic. This is my last day on this island. There is so much left to translate. So many artifacts I want to take a look at. I can feel a rumbling behind the rocks. Who knows what kind of Dalgarian sorcery I could discover there. I wish I could stay a few more months at least. In any case, I am still going to study Dalgarian ruins on my next assignment. I just hope it will be worth the trip through the storm once again. They surely are not letting new recruits rest at the Dalgarian Preservation Society. Almost a month I joined already, and I haven't been given any time off. No matter how exciting the work is, if I'm truly honest with myself, I really need a rest.
The crowd was cheering for the candidates to the Zurich Famo Berlin, all lined up in front of the gate, ready to receive their blessings. Will one of them prove to be the Chemnitz vessel? Time will bring justice. The crowd began chanting, "The gift of the sword of Na!" And there was hope in all their hearts that the time of the Kemenet would soon be upon us.
Such an exciting time. I believe we finally have found it. Here they are, the doors to the Amanira Nar Kaiosafan. If my translations are correct, this is the best time in history to be an archaeologist. I'm so happy I was accepted to the Bulgarian Preservation Society. This is a dream come true. The crowd was cheering, they mean applauding, for the candidates to the Zurich Famo Berlin, all lined up in front of the gate, ready to receive their blessings. Will one of them prove to be the Kemenet's vessel? Only time will tell. No, time will bring justice. Brian told me that that was an old Bulgarian saying. The crowd began chanting the gift of the sword of Na, and there was hope in all their hearts that the time of the Kemenet would soon be upon us. And done with the translation. Can't contain excitement. Ah! This Bulgarian ruin is absolutely massive. My mentor believes it could even be the entrance to the Amanira Nar Kaiosafan. If that's true, then could there be the sword of Na behind that gate? The thought that I may really see the sword I've been imagining when reading all those books at our library makes me so grateful to be where I am now. The villagers, on the other hand, are totally uninterested. I've begun to transcribe the Bulgarian text engraved around the gate, but I'm not entirely literate in Bulgarian just yet. I plan to ask Rain for help if he's not too busy, but this will take me some time in any case. I must not be so impatient.
We have received a crystal core. It's just one, but even that is a minor miracle. I suppose that since the Queen needs us now, she's willing to turn her head at some things, at least more than she usually would. Unfortunately, I tried to activate the monolith by placing the crystal core on the receptacle, but it did not work. The fact that I lack any ability for sorcery might be the problem. I believe old Dalgarian technologies can often track one's sorcery potential and react accordingly. I need to find a way to bring a sorcerer here without the suspicion of the Eridan soldiers. If the monolith would work, I wonder if our theory about merging crystal cores could also be tested with it. But I would require a second, different crystal core for such a test.
Hello, mate. Welcome to Eridan. It seems we have a mutual friend at the Dalgarian Preservation Society. As a personal favour to Aflin, I'll be glad to meet you and offer some guidance on the task that lies before you. When you're settled, take the small boat that is docked in the pier and come meet me at the Baron's Bounty. It's my store located on a small island nearby. Cheers, the Baron. I've been informed you and the Dalgarian Preservation Society are looking for entrances to Dalgarian Moon. I will not ask why. You will not be alone in this effort. Competing factions all over Eridan are coming to lands to also find these entrances. These factions have set temporary bases and derelict outposts all over the mainland in an effort to map out the terrain. The best bet to find these Dalgarian moons is to steal the efforts of others. Retrieve these maps and you may piece together the location of Dalgarian Moon. To get you started, I've marked the location of an outpost on the map. As I hear news on the location of more outposts, I'll mark them on your map each day. Good luck, friend. Hello, mate. You're most welcome to the Baron's Bounty. With me, the Baron. I've been told all about your quest for a mutual friend, Affle, and as a personal favour to him, I'm going to help you get started. If you're the busy type, I won't keep you. I wrote down everything you need to know on that note right over there by the map. Otherwise, if you got some time, follow me to the store. ramshackle store on the edge of the storm. You don't need to say it. Who shops here, right? Well, you'd be surprised. Let's just say my customers are mainly the folk who don't like to shop while looking over their shoulder, if you know what I mean. So listen, I don't need to tell you that the mainland is a hornet's nest of violence right now. The recent discovery of those ancient Dalgarian ruins in Eridan has triggered a mad rush to be the first to find and pillage the treasures within. Crystals mainly, or more specifically, crystal cores. You might think you know sorcery. This is the difference between lighting a flame on your finger and burning down an entire village. Powerful stuff. But listen, I'm Centauri. You don't need to tell me why you seek these ruins, and if you're a crystal user, hey, that's your business. But you need to know that this quest is going to put you head to head with every invested faction across Eridan. I'm talking bandits to fortune chasers, to the crown of Eridan itself. You don't even want to know about the eye. That said, if you're determined to undertake this quest, you go find yourself some Dalgarian ruins, and I'll get you started by giving you a piece of ancient Centauri wisdom. Don't do the work that someone else has already done. The mountains are swarming with Irradian soldiers by day and bandits by night, all searching for Dalgarian ruins themselves. And with that, these factions have taken up temporary residence in the previously abandoned outposts all over Eridan as they explore and map out the terrain. My advice? Get in there, and whether by blade or sorcery, retrieve those maps. This should fast track you to the location of any Dalgarian ruins already discovered. And from there, well, good luck is all I can say. There's one such outpost nearby, and I've done you the favour and marked it on your map. Visitors to my island often carry news, so I'll mark more locations on the map each day as I hear about them. Well, that's about it. Good luck, my friend. If you want to buy some, just place it on the orange block. Take your time, browse. Only the finest Eridan weapons and armor. Take your time, browse. A sword is only as sharp as its wielder. You might want to sharpen it. To be honest with you, I would have sold that for less. There is so much work for me to do here. The state of those people is unbearable. I've seen more horror in a day staying among the outlaws than I did in a month at the Royal Hospital. I don't regret my decision, but those crystal shards create so many gruesome effects on their users. I must study them closer to find potential ways to help those poor beings. Just about yesterday, a young boy, maybe 15, decided to double the number of shards he usually takes. After only a few minutes, you could see in his eyes how much he regretted his decision. Being a fire manipulator, the shards seemed to amplify a lot of his heat generation. His body turned red, he was sweating profusely. Eventually, it was clear nothing could help the poor lad. He was quite literally melting in front of my eyes. First, the softest part of his body. His eyes started to melt first, and he was screaming in horror for help. Soon enough, his agony would be over though. His whole body seemed to either melt and fall to the ground or instantly catch fire. After what was left of him collapsed to the floor, the whole thing caught fire and there were only ashes left of him. I will not forget his desperate cry for help while I could do nothing.
Yesterday's little lightning display was embarrassing for us all. If you are going to try to use sorcery, perhaps read a book first, you idiots. I was peeling charred fingers off the floor all night. Here is how to make lightning the safe way. Consume your shots. Concentrate on the tip of your fingers until it feels like your palm is being crushed by nettles. Point your hand up, not at your face. I can't believe this needs to be said. If you smell burning, stop immediately. Unless counting on your fingers is not a big deal to you. Lastly, and I really should not have to repeat this, do not increase shard usage before you fully master its effects. He who shall remain nameless had a chain lightning mishap that took out several huts in the process last year. We all know who I am talking about.
Huh.